Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Brothers and sisters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your Jumu'ah. You're probably not watching this on Jumu'ah, but if you are, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring barakah. What I wanted to talk about today was it's a general advice I wish someone gave me while working in the MSA. So I'm not pointing fingers at anyone except me, and I wish someone had told me three basic advices. The first thing that I wish someone kept reminding me, I guess this should be the first and the last, is remember why you're doing this work, right? You're doing it for, and then you have to kind of fill that sentence in. And if you're going to be generic and quickly say, I'm doing it for Allah, then I think you really need to understand who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. My first advice, know why you're doing this work, and the answer is you're doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so know the names and attributes of your Lord. I don't think you'll be able to understand how to work for your boss better than if you knew all of his characteristics. That's number one. Once you figured out why you're doing this work and what the purpose of all this work is, the means are what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks at. The end is already written, right guys? Like your event is written to happen. 100 people are going to come, 1,000 people are going to come. It's still written. So I recommend that you keep a focus on the means, which means while you're planning for a fastathon, if you're texting a brother or a sister back and forth, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're probably missing the point, right? If you're exchanging unnecessary pleasantries with the opposite gender in the name of Islam, in the name of not trying to be a jerk, then I think you're missing it. You can be pleasant but not be someone's best friend. So the second advice is if you can keep a healthy balance on how you interact with brothers and sisters. Instead of quoting you a hadith, which you all know about gender separation, treat a brother or a sister the way you would want your child to deal with someone. So if you're a sister and your daughter, who's not born yet, is going to be talking to a brother, how would you like to watch her talking to a brother? So you do the same. As you're talking to a brother, imagine you're watching yourself and that you're the daughter speaking. It helps brothers the same way. Would you like your son to be, constantly changing his voice and flirting with a sister? No, you wouldn't appreciate that at all. Number 3 is if someone had told me that everything we do as MSA volunteers, as da'is, as people on the ground who are trying to be quote-unquote religious or active, the biggest thing that I would say was, why not take every moment as an ibadah? And what is the one act of ibadah that we do but Allah does not do? And that is durood and salam. It's Friday. My third advice, I wish that you could say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. I'll give you another one. Allahumma salli wa sallim. So that's a sad and a sin. Salli wa sallim ala, lift it up, ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Could you make that an effort? That whenever, now how much could you mack it to a sister if you're in the middle of the conversation, you're like, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. It's kind of tough. So keep Allah as the first, His 99 attributes. Keep Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the end of the sandwich, and the da'wah work in the middle. Jazakallahu khairul jaza. All that is clean and pure is from Allah. AQLonline.com. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.